With this customer of AI data centers, we have a pathway for the first time in history to come down the cost curve with a smaller nuclear product, and it'll open up all these amazing markets that'll do a ton of good for humanity.
The artificial intelligence boom has a massive trillion-dollar bottleneck: power. Hyperscalers like Google, Microsoft, and Amazon are deploying unprecedented capital to build data centers, but the electrical grid simply can't keep up.
The demand for hyperscalers for these data centers is like 100 gigawatts in the US alone in the next 5 years. And that's like creating 100 new cities in a 5-year period. So the last time that happened was never. And so this is like this really kind of, unprecedented build out.
And the build-out of AI is hitting everyday consumers beyond their use of cognitive technology, increasing everything from electricity bills to the cost of hard drives.
The landscape now is completely different than it was just 2 years ago, as far as grid capacity, regulatory capacity, and what hyperscalers are going to have to do in order to meet their AI ambitions.
For Aalo Atomics co-founders, Matt Loszak and Yasir Arafat, the answer to our energy crisis isn't just more power. It's a nuclear renaissance.
I think nuclear is the most misunderstood technology of all time. It's kind of like the ultimate underdog in terms of the difference between public perception of nuclear and a lot of the realities.
Nuclear is a carbon-free, clean technology. 20% of the electricity in the US is made by nuclear power plants. A lot of people don't know that. But why 20%? What if we could, make it more and be able to make it like 40, 50%, and then the rest be complemented with other clean energy technologies?
Contrary to popular belief, it's as safe as solar and wind. It works all the time. It uses a tiny footprint, and it can be deployed anywhere.
A veteran of the startup world, Loszak spent years in the software of payroll and benefits, until he realized his true calling wasn't in spreadsheets, but in atoms.
I always think about success in startups as kind of like surfing. So there has to be a wave, and you have to know how to surf. And I think the challenge in nuclear was there wasn't really ever the greatest waves. And so, it kind of stagnated. But now you've got a tsunami, and we put together a team of some really awesome surfers.
To ride the tsunami of demand, Aalo is trying to achieve what many thought was impossible: mass-producing nuclear reactors.
The main challenge in the past has been it wasn't very fast to deploy, and there were a lot of use cases where it was too expensive because you could only build a large reactor, and not all use cases require a full gigawatt.
So we wanted to solve the speed and economics problem.
Beyond the technical shift, Loszak and Arafat wanted the company's identity to lean into a more optimistic vision.
Aalo means light in Bengali. So Bengali is the language we speak in Bangladesh, where I grew up. It is a word that brings hope and light and energy to the future. And that's essentially what we're doing here in this company.
For both founders, the mission to create clean, abundant energy is also deeply personal.
So I grew up in Ontario and first got interested in nuclear because I actually had pretty bad asthma growing up. So we had around like 52 smog days per year. And this was because we had a big coal plant over in Hamilton that would blow over the smog all over Toronto. There were some times when I had a bad asthma attack and I was an hour away from the hospital, and that really stuck with me, the kind of fear of not being able to breathe. But luckily I lived through the coal to nuclear transition in Ontario, and smog days went to zero and my asthma went away. And so that was my first introduction to nuclear. And I thought, my God, nuclear is incredible.
I actually grew up in Bangladesh. It's a country that is a developing nation. They don't have enough power generation compared to what they have to supply. Almost every day, they used to have daily brownouts. And when the power goes out, all the business shut down, the streets go dark. And so I grew up studying under candlelight. That really stuck to me, that experience. And I said, what if we could change that? What if there's a way how to fix the energy abundance issue?
Aalo's attempt to make nuclear energy a basic commodity has venture capitalists betting big on them.
we've been able to raise hundreds of millions of dollars in just 2.5 years. And I actually looked into it, and this is actually more capital more quickly than even SpaceX and Tesla had access to.
That influx of capital isn't just Silicon Valley hype. It's shifting the landscape at the highest levels of the U.S. government.
This is a super exciting time with the President's executive orders on nuclear energy last May, including Executive Order 14301 reforming nuclear reactor testing at the Department of Energy. There's been a huge surge of capital investment for nuclear energy production. And I've been in the nuclear industry for 40 years. This is the busiest I've ever been.
If you want to build a gigawatt scale nuclear power plant, it's 10 years or more. But if you look at building an equivalent amount of data centers, it's 2 to 4 years. So there's a 2 to 3 times delta between nuclear power plants and equivalent amount of data centers. And that's a product market misfit.
Yasir Arafat, Aalo's president and CTO, spent his early career designing massive gigawatt-scale reactors for industry giants like Westinghouse. But to fix the economics of nuclear, he and CEO Matt Loszak realized they had to stop treating reactors like massive civil construction projects and start treating them like tech hardware.
I think a lot of people underestimate just how real of a thing product market fit is in nuclear.
Aalo's uniquely positioned because they fill this category I call XMRs, extreme manufactured reactors. And these are reactors that are 90% manufactured in a factory. And they're modular to the extreme. And they all run between 1 to 50 megawatts. They're inherently safe, and they have, can have an 18 to 24 month deployment ability.
To see exactly how they plan to mass produce these reactors, Forbes traveled to Aalo's Austin-based 40,000 square foot facility in March.
This is Aalo Atomics' pilot factory line. This is where we vertically integrate everything that goes inside our reactor. So if you think about all the reactors that were built in the past, they were mostly built on site on a stick-built fashion, right? And that's great, but the problem is you don't have learning from one project to another. So we're trying to essentially bring mass manufacturing, like how Henry Ford did to cars. We're trying to bring that in for nuclear energy.
That vision of a modern assembly line is already taking shape, starting with the way they handle their raw materials.
So this is our sodium storage tank. And again, it's a great example of how we make everything ourselves here in the factory. We take raw materials in and we output modules that we know will fit together on the site.
Ultimately, what we're trying to do here is, can we deploy a nuclear reactor in a matter of less than 6 months, not a decade or more? And for that to happen, you have to have full control over the entire stack. Every material's coming in, how things are built, how things are tested in factory, and send it out to the site.
But achieving speed doesn't mean automating everything at once. It means applying technology where it has the biggest impact.
In Aalo, we take automation very seriously, and we do it thoughtfully, right? If you look around, most of the operation right now is not automated, but if there's one thing that we do over and over again, it's welding.
Not only is the welding automated, but also the software that is controlling the robot was made using AI. So it's automation making automation, which is pretty cool.
The product rolling off this assembly line is the Aalo X. To achieve scale, they had to design a reactor small enough to fit within the global supply chain.
We were very intentional about the size of this reactor, it being 20 feet tall, 10 feet diameter. This is the most powerful reactor that can fit on the back of a truck.
And it's essentially the same size as a Cybertruck tilted vertically up, right? So it's a small device that can power 10,000 homes for 3 years straight without any refueling.
But shrinking a reactor down to the size of a Cybertruck and building it in days rather than years requires ditching the high-pressure water systems used by legacy utilities and replacing them with liquid sodium.
So when you have something pressurized, all the vessel walls, all the piping, they're very thick walls. So to make a pressure vessel, the similar kind of vessel, because it doesn't need to be thick-walled and we don't need forging to make those systems, we can do the same thing here with thin-walled vessels in less than a week. And that key unlock is sodium as a coolant and not being a pressurized system.
A big advantage of using sodium as the coolant as well is we don't need water to cool this reactor. So that means we can place this anywhere, whether it's close to a river or not. And that's a huge unlock for the deployment of this technology all around the country to power data centers.
In a highly regulated industry, where a single accident can shape public perception for decades, moving this fast begs a critical question. Does treating a nuclear reactor like a mass-produced product sacrifice safety?
The old plants, light water reactors, there's a reason they have to have containment structures. There's a reason they have to have evacuation plans, because there are scenarios that are potential that could cause fuel damage and adversely impact the health and safety of the public. So that's real, and you have to mitigate that. And the existing nuclear industry does a fantastic job of mitigating those hazards. Now, let's fast forward to the XMR designs, like the Aalo design. It's meltdown-proof and walkaway-safe. So you've baked it into the physics. It's impossible to adversely impact the safety and health of the public.
This is our control rod drive mechanism. Basically, it's like the brakes for the reactor. So it's kind of like brakes on a car, slows down the chain reaction, and allows us to shut the whole reactor off.
When there's an abnormal condition that's happened and you want to turn off the reactor without relying on humans or the machines, then we can use gravity, which is the laws of nature, to pull the rod down and insert it into the core and kill the chain reaction. So we use physics to basically ensure the safety of the reactor.
With tech giants desperate for grid power, Aalo's speed and safety systems are about to be put to the ultimate test. The US government has mandated a race to prove this technology works, and fast.
Last year, after President Trump took office, he signed 4 executive orders around nuclear. One of them basically said, I need 3 nuclear reactors to achieve criticality by July 4th of 2026. And most of the people in the industry said this was too crazy. Only a few said, well, let's give it a try, and Aalo is one of them.
For startups like Aalo to meet the deadline, the Department of Energy had to undergo an internal overhaul of its own.
So last summer, my office revised numerous DOE policies, orders, and standards, and we created one new standard in less than 90 days as required by the executive order. This new standard that we created allowed for a streamlined approach to authorizing new nuclear reactors. When I say authorized, that's the DOE term for license. And we all, not only that for new nuclear reactors, but for nuclear fuel line production facilities. But I need to emphasize that these revised regulations, we are as safe as we've ever been.
To meet that deadline, Aalo must achieve something called criticality.
Criticality is when you essentially have a sustained fission chain reaction. You split atoms using neutrons. Essentially, if you think about when you get into a car and you start the engine, for a nuclear reactor, that's like go in ignition. That's what criticality is.
We were pitching investors and saying, hey, we're going to turn a reactor on in 3 years from founding to fission. And a lot of investors laughed, but we've done it. We've built the first new reactor building at the Idaho National Lab in 50 years. The concrete foundation for this new reactor building we built was done in 24 hours. And the building itself went up in 36 days.
Proving their reactor works by the 2026 deadline is the first major hurdle for widespread investment. After that, Aalo plans to scale their factory production to outprice natural gas.
The cost threshold that kind of matters in this space is around 10 cents per kilowatt hour, because below that, that's kind of the average utility price across the country. That's fundamentally the mission of the company, is to achieve 3 cents per kilowatt hour electricity. We're not deluding ourselves into thinking that our first reactor ever is gonna be 3 cents a kilowatt hour. It'll take different types of innovation to continue to come down the cost curve. To get down to 3 will be what we think will be coming from mass production. Our goal here is to go from 10 to 100 to 1,000 to 10,000 reactors a year. So we're going to have to kind of vertically integrate like never seen before in nuclear.
I do think you're going to need to continue building these real big gigawatt scale plants. They just make sense. But What you also have with XMRs that can provide cost-effective power to large industrials like data centers and everybody, you take that burden off the consumer of electricity to have to pay for the grid expansion and pay for the extra generation sources.
We've shown our ability to manufacture this stuff. We're de-risking the nuclear side, the non-nuclear side, the economic side. People didn't think it was possible to build nuclear and do nuclear quickly, especially for a company that was 2 people 2.5 years ago. But we're showing it. And the reason that's so important is because that's what hyperscalers want, right? They care most about speed. They'll pay a premium for speed. Clean is nice, but right now they're doing natural gas because it's fast. And we are showing that nuclear can be done even faster.
While powering massive data centers of the AI revolution will be step one, Aalo's ultimate vision extends far beyond America's borders.
So our top secret master plan is to start by servicing the hyperscalers, come down the cost curve, and one day we want to deploy this technology all around the world in developing nations and help them come out of energy poverty.
That will be full circle for me because that's essentially how I grew up. And if I can solve this energy problem for a country like Bangladesh, then all the kids in the future don't have to worry about, will I not have enough electricity to study at nighttime? That's what drives me at the end of the day. It's to come solve the very essential problem that started the curiosity, when I was a kid.